welcome back to my channel. It's been a really long time since I posted on here, and if you're thinking I just watched a makeup video, what are you talking about? It was old. I had been edited, but school got in the way of stuff, and I really was tired all the time, did not feel like doing anything, and the uploading process was gonna take too long, and I was like, you know what, so I just stopped. Well, I'm back. Yay. Okay, so if you follow me on my Instagram, my main account Instagram, or my curly hair page, you saw that I was going to be posting this video, and it's basically a snippet of my hair journey. It's going to be, if you're starting out to do natural hair, you don't know what to do, don't know where to start, I'm going to give you tips and give you some ideas, and it's going to be like also a little snippet about like if you have hair damage or color treated damage, but really it's mainly going to be about starting your natural hair care. So let me just get right into it. So first, let's start by my hair journey. So when I was younger, I never wore my hair curly, just for the simple fact that my mom kept it blow dry all the time, so she didn't exactly think I had curly hair. I mean, obviously I did, but it wasn't like how it is today. So sorry, it's like muggy in my room. It's like causing my voice to be scratchy. Anyway, so I never really wore my hair curly. I always wore the braids, twist, or something like that, but it was always blow dry. I always had some kind of heat on it. And when I got to 5th grade, I started flying it. And the crazy part is it never seemed to be damaged. It all seemed to still be the same texture, the same everything. And it was never thin. Like, it was always thick from the root to the tip. So we just never thought anything. Well, when I got to 6th grade, again, I'm still continuing to get my hair straightened, not by me or my mom, but professionally, and everything's fine. But my hair started thinning. The girl that was doing my hair, they switched products, and it just, I don't know, it caused all of my hair to thin. It wasn't like thick in the root, but then thin. No, it was like all thin. So it was kind of, not great. So I decided I'm gonna start doing my own hair. Y'all, oh my god, that was so hard because I didn't know what to do. My mom didn't know what to do. She hadn't had natural hair in a minute. Like, it was really tough. So basically I was washing my hair, and I was okay, I'm gonna wear it curly, I'm gonna do what I have to do. Well, I tried for a little bit, but it wasn't it, because I did see the damage. I did see what was happening, and I didn't want to cut it off because back then I was really iffy about cutting my hair. Like, I really did not like doing it. I didn't like getting it trimmed. I hate seeing my hair get cut, So anyway, long story short, I went back to straightening my own hair. And then couple years after that, I was like, I do want to wear my hair curly. So I did. My aunt became a temporary beautician, and she went ahead and cut all the dead off my hair, and it was straightened, but she did it to where it wasn't going to be damaged, and it was still thick and full. I was happy. My hair was about like right here at this point. My hair started off right here. It was like right here. So yada yada, move on. I started doing my curly hair, but I wasn't getting the right products. I wasn't getting a lot of stuff, so I was like, oh my god, I'm spending too much money. So I went back straightening it. When I officially got to high school is when I really started doing the whole natural thing, watching YouTube, doing braid outs, doing twist outs, doing everything, doing flexi rods, all that, because I was like, I'm tired of straightening my hair. I want to grow. I want to do all that. Well, the very first time that I actually cut my hair, like short, it was like right here, it was in a pop. I was at my cousin's house, and we were chilling, and she was like, I kept complaining that I wanted a bob. Like, I had been talking about it for years, but obviously it's like I never had the courage to do it. She was like, I bet you won't do it. And that's like my pet peeve, like getting bad on da. So I was like, yes I will. She handed me some scissors, and I cut my hair. I was so scared. I really was scared, because I was like, oh my god, my mom is gonna kill me. The first thing that, like, the number one thing that was in my house, my grandparents' house, my uncle's house, everything was not to cut my hair, and boom, I did it. Well, finally she comes, and she's coming to get me, and my cousin's like, we have a surprise for you. And I'm nervous. I'm thinking to myself, like, what is she gonna do to me? Well, I get to the top of the stairs and my mom is like looking at me and she's just stunned. She's just like, just staring. And I just, like, she didn't expressly say she was mad, but by her face I could tell she was like, what in the world? So she was like, oh my god, what did you do? And I was like, cut my hair. I was like, I'm tired, I went to bob, da da da. So I got a bob. Anyway, skip. Hair starts growing back, and taking care of him, doing the curly thing, da da da. Well, officially, because I still had a little bit of heat damage. Officially, when I for real cut everything off, it wasn't a bob. We came back from Bahamas, and I had took some braids out, and I was like, I want to for real be enough to start, you know, my hair care without having to feel the need to do a braid out because I have heat damage or a twist out or anything like that. So I took some scissors, and if it was damaged, I cut it off. I had hair that was about this long, this long. It was so short. It was really short. Like, it was really short. But I did it over the summertime, like in the beginning of summer. So I had time to kind of let it grow out. I still had cheer though. So they saw me with the short, you know, the little ponytails, because I couldn't make a full ponytail. It was kind of embarrassing, but at the same time not. It felt really good because I was like, I could finally start over. And I did. I grew my hair out a lot. It came to be about right here, and then you can guess it, I cut it into a bob. Well, after that, I made a promise that I would never cut my hair again, and I didn't for a while. I grew it out for a whole year. It was really long. But come to find out, because it was dark and I kind of wanted to be light inside, I did the little peroxide thing, and come to find out, I hadn't been trimming my hair because I'm thinking it's curly, I don't really need to trim it. So the day of my graduation, I'm straightening my hair, and you know, I'm starting to notice it's really hard, it's really knotted, it's really tangled. So I was like, I don't want to cut my hair, but I can see that I have to, and I did end up cutting it into not a whole bob this time. It was about right here, because I was like, the whole point of this was to grow my hair out, and I didn't even do it a healthy way. So this right now, currently, this is me growing my hair back out. It's in the same length it was. In fact, it's about to hit a year from when I cut it on graduation. And I've been trimming it, taking care of it, you know, as you can see from my hair page and stuff. So that's a little bit about my hair journey. I will probably do another video about that, like going into real like detail about for real like the products I was using and what I was doing wrong, in another video. So, and before I start talking about, I'm gonna go ahead and go to talking about like if you have heat damage and stuff, because I'm also gonna do a big video on that too, because that needs its own video. There are ways to treat heat damage. If your hair is super bone straight, like for your heat damage, I honestly can tell you there is no bringing that back. You're gonna eventually have to cut it off. But I'm pretty sure you've seen on some natural hair pages that women or whoever, they keep on to like if their damage is all the way to their scalp, they're not gonna want to cut it off, which is totally fine. You see people bashing them saying just cut it. No, if you don't want to cut it, do not do that, because the last thing you want to do is make yourself uncomfortable about that. Yes, it does feel good to let go of your heat damage, but it also takes a toll because your hair is going to be really short depending on how much you have. So if it's like that, I recommend not cutting it. I recommend growing it out and getting it to a length that you like and then cutting it off. So that's a little bit about like if you have that. Now, if you have heat damage as in like your curl just loosened up a little bit, you can bring that back. You can bring it back by doing egg treatments, hot oil treatments, using the right conditioners that say repair on it and moisture. some shea moisture conditioners are good. I personally, from my experience, won't say they're all good. The one, there's one, I can't think of what it's called. I'm gonna put a picture up. It's like it's a repair conditioner that helped me a lot. That's kind of like saved my life. It's not one of those I'm gonna put pounds and pounds on my hand and put it in, because it does kind of flake a little bit. But it was, I'm gonna use a moisture conditioner from Tresemme maybe, and that at the same time. Me personally, the one of the best ones that I have used is Repair. Let's see. It's herbal essence. The bottle looks like this. I don't know if you guys can see that. If not, I'm gonna put a picture of, and I will put in my description where you can get it and stuff. Anyway, so that right there saved me too. That right there, I didn't exactly use it on my hair for when I had heat damage, but when it came to chemical damage from like dyeing my hair, and when I had the very first time that I got my hair bleached over this past summer, I didn't exactly have heat damage, but I had a little bit of chemical damage, but I thought it was way worse, so I wouldn't have bought that. If I would have known what it really was, I kind of wouldn't have bought it, but I'm glad I did. Because it helped a lot. Even now I'm using it now, because as you can see, my hair is different. It was red, and I lightened it some more because I didn't want the red anymore. So I am using that, and it's honestly a really good conditioner. I highly recommend it. I posted a video. No, I posted. Oh, I took it down. Well, I had a video up on my curly hair page, and I was talking about how when I do my morning routines and stuff like that, I use this conditioner because it smells really good, and it's detangles. Like, it's a really good conditioner. So I highly recommend that if you have heat damage or any color damage. So yeah, so that's for the heat damage. And for color treated damage, so it depends on what kind you have. Some people will tell you not to do out the box, but from my experience, I always did out the box because I was really scared of bleach, and I still recommend it. I know there's probably a little bit of bleach in those boxes, but it's not like it would be if you did full on bleach. It's not the same damage. It still causes a little damage, but it's not the same. And there is no like, I'm really scared my hair is gonna fall out. It takes a lot for your hair to fall out, a lot. So if your hair falls out from you dyeing it, it was already really gone. Like, I will already take that. So when it comes to color damage, that's a little more tricky. Some people dye it back to a more natural color, hoping that that would help. The look from the naked eye does help, but it didn't really help anything with the chemical damage. You still have it. It's just now it's a different color and looks a little bit better than what it would if it was a lighter color. You can definitely use repair conditioners like I am right now if it's not that bad. But if it gets so bad to the point where your hair is straight, unfortunately, you do need to cut that off. You need to cut it off. I haven't seen anyone who repaired it back to normal, or in my experience, I haven't done that either. I had a little bit of a straight piece, and I just went ahead and cut it off one time, and that's just what you have to do. I personally don't think you can bring chemical damage like back to life. I don't think you can do that, so I don't recommend you try. So yeah, that's a little bit about that. I will get way more into that in a whole other video. Okay, so let's get started for real with the whole, if you're starting to do natural hair. First and foremost, congratulations that you're even watching this video and considering it, because it is a journey. It really is. People think, oh, I'm just gonna, if I say you went to the easy route, you're like, okay, had a perm or I didn't have a perm, I just kept straightening my hair, I'm gonna snip everything off. Great. You took the very first step. That's really hard for some people. But the hard step is finding the right products. Don't get me wrong, there's always that 1% person who gets it right and finds the right products on their very first try. But there are the other 99% who don't. So that's the real journey part. You're going to waste countless money. You're going to waste countless products because you're going to be like, this is not working. And some people will buy products, use it for a couple of days, and be like, this isn't working for me. And some products you will be able to do that. You'll be like, this is making my hair feel stringy. It's not great. But some products you have to give it about a week or two, because you'll be using it, you're like, this is great, my hair is detangling, my hair smells really good, my hair when it dries up isn't bad, it's not crunchy or anything like that. And then you start using it more and your hair is like, I don't like this, I only liked it because it's something new, and now I'm gonna start, dying. And so now you gotta, like, you're thinking, oh, this test run is over, I'm gonna keep using this. Whenever I want to try a new product, I give it at least 2 weeks, because my hair for some reason likes to get used to something, adapt to it a little bit, and if it doesn't like it by 2 weeks, I will know. My hair will feel way different. That's another thing. You need to know what your hair feels like when it's healthy and when it's not. You need to know what your hair feels like when it's streaky and when it's not, and you need to know what your hair porosity is. The way to test it out is to cut a piece of, like, a small strand of hair, small, like one single strand, put it in some water. I'll put a chart up to show what they are, because I don't know off the top of my head. But they do tell you if you need a lot of conditioner, a lot of oil, if you need a little bit of oil, a little bit of conditioner, or if you need a mixture of stuff. And that also comes with the test run. So for me, for example, I put pounds and pounds of conditioner on my hair. And honestly, because my hair soaks up moisture like it's no tomorrow, my hair soaks it up really bad. Well, not really bad, but it soaks it up to a good amount. So I do put a lot on there. But I can't do that with all conditioners, because some conditioners turn out to be white and powdery and they flake and it looks really bad. So you have to pick and choose. It's definitely a pay attention, notice what you're doing type deal. So for starters, some of the first things that you would need are a wide tooth comb. I've seen too many videos of people trying to comb out their hair with a fine tooth comb. That is for parting, or that is for it's not for detangling, but you can sometimes, if the part is really small, use it to define a curl. I've done that. If I'm braiding my hair, I part it, and by the time I get to the ends, if I want to make sure, if I don't want to put a rubber band or something like that, I get a fine tooth comb, go through it, make sure it's defined, and I run around my finger depending on what the curl pattern is. But definitely get a fine tooth comb. And I prefer using the one that has by Conair or Conair, whatever, and it has a hook at the end, because I do my hair in the shower a lot, and it's a struggle to keep opening the shower curtain, get water everywhere, to reach over, get a comb, when you can just put it on the shower curtain itself. So I do recommend that. I recommend getting a good detangling brush. The one that I'm using right now is by Chosin. I got it from Amazon. I think it was like $15. I got a big one and a travel size one. It's wooden. Only downfall about it is that because it's wood and gets wet, it does peel off. But I prefer that over any of the plastic brushes, simply because when it comes to plastic, if it starts rubbing down, if it starts tearing, it will pull your hair out. Like the Denman brush, for example. I used to use it all the time. I recently just stopped using it because I was tired of it pulling my hair out. So I did the Chosin, and it's wooden and it's really nice. It's not hard. It actually is really good for brushing the hair. Now, if your hair is dry, I don't recommend that. Like meaning if you're trying to tangle it and it's dry. If it's straightened or blow dry, you can use that, obviously. It's a powder brush. What else? Clips. So a lot of people, when they have straight hair, they don't use clips because they're like, I don't need them. You need them. You need them for parting. You need them for a lot, because trying to part your hair, I'm pretty sure people have seen me part my hair and put it up with a bow or something like that. You really shouldn't do that. Only reason why I do it now is simply because, like, I'm a little bit OCD, so I know I'll be more careful when it comes to pulling my hair. But there's a lot of people, it's a little clumsy, or they're just not paying attention, so they're pulling other hair, other pieces, if they're doing a braid out or if they're doing a style, from other sections of the hair, and they're braiding, and now they're like, dang, this is stuck, and they're trying to pull it out, and all of a sudden it snaps, and now they got this little strand of hair out of nowhere because they didn't do it proper. Don't be that person. Let's see. Now so let me just do a little product thing. When it comes to products, see, for me, I found people with my curl pattern on YouTube, and I looked at the products they're using. They didn't all work for me, but some that stuck really well is Tresemme. I love Tresemme. I will forever love Tresemme. Tresemme, though, however, I can't use all year round. There comes a point where my hair decides it wants to be, you know, boho, and I have to switch to a different product, base product. So when I say base product, this is what I mean. A product that you're going to use way more than anything else. So for Tresemme Moisture, I use that as my base product, meaning I put a lot of that in my hair. And for smaller products, I put that on top of the Tresemme. Not all products are base products. Not all products you can just pile into your hair. That's like a lot. Not all products you can do that. For me, Tresemme is one of the products that I can do that with. You have to find your product, because this isn't, you know, me telling you go, like, obviously go try what you need to try, but this isn't me saying I guarantee that this will work for you, because it may not. And I don't want you thinking, well, if it worked for you, I want it to work for me, because everybody's hair texture is so different. And I say this all the time, your hair has a mind of its own, whether people want to believe that or not. Your hair tells you when it likes something and when it doesn't, and it does it by a reactant. If it doesn't curl, if you see what your hair looks like in a healthy curl, you use a product and you don't see that same curl, then it's not exactly working for you. And I will say, when it comes to some products, you definitely want to look for alcohol-free ones, because alcohol does dry your hair out. And a lot of people don't use Cantu anymore because they have alcohol in them. For my own personal experience, though, I used Cantu the very first time that I did my hair journey, and it worked fine, but I noticed that I had to use a lot more conditioner than I do now. Like a lot. I used to go through 2 bottles of conditioner like every week, and it was really bad. Now I can last up to like 2 weeks, depending on what conditioner is. My base conditioner, that's what I'm talking about. So I will say I did notice a difference with that. Also, if your hair is color treated, it is very, very important that you use conditioners that say color treated on it. People don't think they have a difference, but they do. Not only do they help with not fading your color, but they have oils in them that are there to help your hair stay moisturized, because with color, it does dry your hair out more than it would if it was your natural color. Choosing conditioner. Okay, so here's my biggest thing about some of these natural hair people is they, instead of using a conditioner that actually works for their hair, they go to the price. It's not about price. Tresemme is a $5 bottle, sometimes $4. These companies who are selling conditioners in a bottle about this big and this wide, who are like, this is $20, this is $15. Granted, sometimes they do work, but for the most part, you're paying for the price, you're paying for the name. That's what you're paying for. I read countless reviews of people who were like, I thought this was going to be great, it didn't work out for me. Well, because you looked at the price and you thought, well, if it's this expensive, it's probably worth it. Or this is a good company, I've heard great things about their name, so their products must be good. It's not always like that. So you definitely need to choose hair products that you know work for your hair over the price. Over the price. And also, when you're looking into companies that are online, reading the reviews is vital, like very, very vital. And if they come with pictures, it's even more vital, because then you get to see the real people, real experiences. And then if you don't see what you're looking for in a company, you can always go to YouTube and look at such and such review, because chances are there are people out there who are like me, who aren't just doing it for the money, who aren't just telling you to buy this because they're going to get commission off of it. No, they're telling you to buy it because they for real like it. They like everything about it. Another big thing is do not buy a product solely because you like the smell. Don't do it. You're going to waste so much money doing that. There are so many products when I was younger that I went through because I was like, ooh, I like the way this smells. And it dried my hair out, or made my hair feel stringy, made my hair feel like it wasn't moisturized, and then boom, I just wasted money. Don't do it. Do not buy products solely because you're like, I love the smell. Don't do it. It will waste so much of your time. Sometimes you will get lucky. If you like the smell, read the ingredients, see what's involved, see everything. You know what I mean? There has been so many times I've been in Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, hair store, whatever, and I'm like, I like this smell, and there are certain ingredients in there that I'm like, you know what, I don't really know everything about them. So you can either look them up, or you can be like me and get on YouTube in the middle of the store and look at some reviews. Because I'm like, if I'm gonna buy this, because most of them you can't return products. If I'm gonna buy this, I need to know it's gonna be good. I need to know it's gonna work for me. So that's something you can do. What else? Oh, oils. Oils, when you're first starting to transition, if you're not wanting to snip off, if you're just trying to transition, grow your hair out, oils are vital. If you are starting off your natural hair product, your natural hair care, and you've already snipped everything off, oils are still vital. Oils are always going to be vital. Oils till the day you die. But not all oils are going to be good. There's countless people who say coconut oil isn't good for you, but for me, it is. There's countless people who say olive oil doesn't really help with your hair. It works for me. But then there's oils like I can't really think, like almond oil. I've tried almond oil before, and let's just say it just weighed my hair down. It didn't moisturize it. As soon as I washed my hair, or as soon as I wet my hair, there was no moisture. But see, and also like oil is supposed to moisturize your hair, but at the same time, the real job of oil is to keep in the moisture. So if I know that, okay, so for example, I get up in the morning, I'm doing my hair care, wash and go. I'm gonna put my conditioner on, get it through, gonna put my other conditioner on, I'm either gonna put the oil in my hair right then and there, so that when it dries, all that moisture from the conditioners are locked in, or I'm gonna wait till it dries and then put the oil. Either way, I'm putting the oil on after, because putting it on before isn't really doing anything, because that's what co-washing is. Co-washing is putting conditioner on your hair to instead of using shampoo, you're using conditioner. And for some people like me, I can co-wash. I can go a whole month and only wash my hair once, and it'd be fine. Because I wet my hair every single day and use conditioner every single day. I get in the shower, I use conditioner to detangle. I put it up like to a bun like right here, and I wash my body. And then I go through and I thoroughly go through combing it out. So that right there saves a whole lot from just having to shampoo. That's the other thing. You will find out what your hair likes. For me, I used to wash my hair every 2 weeks, and then I started realizing that I didn't have to do that. When it comes to natural hair, you don't have to wash your hair all the time. I know people like, if you're watching, it's probably like, that's nasty. You don't have to wash your hair all the time. If your hair is straight, yes, obviously you have to wash your hair all the time. But when it's natural, no, because you're putting so many products into it. I know people are like, but you have buildup. But that's what co-washing is for. That's what you taking sections in the shower and getting some conditioner and running your fingers through. Because, and you're probably thinking, what's the difference? Because with shampoo is soap. You're washing out all that moisture. Build-up is good when it comes to natural hair. Build-up is good. Why? Because it's your oils. It's your natural oils. Washing your hair all the time strips your hair of your natural oils. Some people don't really need to use oils that are, manufactured. They can just wear their hair the way it is because their hair naturally produces oils. Their scalp produces oils. And shampooing your hair all the time can stop that from happening. You can strip all your natural oils, making your hair really dry, causing you to have to use oil all the time. And that's what was happening to me when I first started. Washing my hair every 2 weeks because I was like, it's nasty, my hair is dirty, because I didn't know anything about co-washing. It's fine. I promise. I've been doing it. My hair grows even faster, I feel like, just because the oils get that build up, and it's getting protein and stuff in my hair. And speaking of protein, that's the next thing I'm going to talk about, doing a hair mask. You don't always need to spend $20 on a thing of hair mask, because you can make your own. Making a banana hair mask, great. Using an egg hair mask, great. On my channel, I did a mayonnaise hair mask. I know everybody's like, this nasty, da da da. Everything's gonna be nasty when it comes to natural hair. If you really want your hair to succeed and grow, some things are gonna be nasty. Some things you're gonna have to do. And I do use store-bought masks too, but I don't know, personally, yes, I would. I was gonna say I would never buy it, but I might try it, because you never know. But I'm not gonna go seeking for it, because I feel like there is just unnecessary money being spent. Personally, I use these little hair masks, and I'll also insert a picture. They're like $3-4 in CVS or Walgreens, and they work so well. They smell really good too. And you not only can you, because most hair masks you have to wash out. With this, you can leave it in like it's conditioner, and works out really well. But yeah, hair mask is definitely a vital thing, like very vital. It's up there with wide tooth comb and oils. Because sometimes your hair is gonna need more protein, and that's where your egg mask comes from. It's a little nasty, but for smell, you can always mix in some essential oils or conditioner. But for the most part, it helps really well. Also, for heat damage, I forgot to mention that if you have any kind of damage, an egg mask or a mayonnaise mask will help a lot. When I had a little bit of heat damage, I did an egg mask once a week, and I didn't think it was really doing anything, but then I started comparing pictures and videos, and I could tell that it was coming back to life, and it gave me hope. So there's that. Also, another thing is, why do I keep doing this? I keep forgetting what I was gonna say. Oh, documenting your journey. Some people do. You don't have to do it, but I recommend you do it, because it makes you feel good that you were able to accomplish this. If you want to grow your hair out, document it, because when you look back and see where you started, it feels really good to know, to be able to say, now I'm here. My hair was here and now it's here, or my hair was here and now it's here, or I was completely bald and my hair was shaved off because my damage was that bad, or if my hair fell out, but now my hair is right here. You know, like, you never know. Any length is good length, as long as it's healthy. And any hair type is good as long as it's healthy. And that's the other thing, is your confidence. That's another reason why I recommend documenting. When I was younger, when I first started my the natural hair thing, one of the big reasons why I kept straightening it is because I didn't like my curl pattern. I didn't like that it got tight and it would shrink up. I didn't like that sometimes it would be a little crunchy. I didn't like that. And then, not to mention, I have 3 or 4 different hair types in my hair. I have 3B, 3C, 4A, and yeah, I have 4 hair types, but I don't know all of them. Like, I don't want to just be naming random stuff, but because I never actually took the time to look it up. I just know when my hair dries, I can see the difference. Anyway, so having confidence in your hair will help you a lot too, because if you don't like the way it looks, it's just, that makes it easier to want to go back to straightening it, and then all that work that you put into it will be for nothing. Now, don't be wrong, if you really want to go back to perming it or whatever, you do you, because at the end of the day, if that's what works for you, that's what works for you. But if it's because you don't like your curl pattern, that shouldn't be an excuse. All curl patterns are great, pretty, and everything, as long as they're healthy. When they're not healthy is when they're not pretty. I know looking at some social media posts and all you see is your 3A, 3B and all that. Yeah, that's pretty hair. But your 4C and your 4B, hopefully, I know 4C is, but hopefully 4B is one. All that too, gray hair too. It's hard to get representation for all those because not everybody looks at it as pretty hair or beautiful hair or says she has beautiful hair. For a long time, I did not like my hair for a very long time. But when I saw how healthy it was, when I saw how thick and full it was, when I saw how it made me look, that's when I realized I loved my hair. That's when I realized, bump what y'all got to say. And bringing that confidence out allow other people to be like, I like her confidence. I love her hair because it works for her. Hating your hair is not going to do anything. Putting it in a bun all the time because you hate it is not going to do anything. It's just not. You gotta learn how to love it. If you really want to start it and it's short and you're like, I don't like that, it shrinks up, you have to deal with it. You have to cope with that. I did. When my hair was like to my scalp, I was like, I don't want to go outside. I don't want to go in public. But then I was like, I'm gonna own this. This is supposed to be about me. This is supposed to be about my hair journey. This is supposed to be about my hair care. Bump y'all. So I went by little pigtails, a fro, everything. And I was like, y'all got something to say? You have to own it. What else? Oh, another thing that I recommend when it comes to starting the hair journey is obviously having a bonnet, which that should be like a given because most people already have one. But having a bonnet or a scarf or something to sleep with, and having bows like scrunchies, because sleeping with your hair like this isn't good. Like there's been times I fall asleep like this, I'll wake up and have to go take it out. Falling asleep, like a lot of people you see, they'll take their hair, flip it over, and put it in a pineapple. Works really well because you're not sleeping on it. And for some people, they can take it out, shake it, and wear it like that. Also, now you can cover this part up because if your hair is back here, you're sleeping on it and you're pressing it down, and it's gonna be, you know, like this. So now the bow or whatever that's on it can get caught, can get tangled, and now you're causing breakage, all that. What else? Also, I recommend getting something. Like this, a calendar. Mine's empty right now because I had to redo it, but keeping track of when you need to trim your hair or when you want to do a hair mask is vital. I don't exactly write it in. Right here, I color code and I'll put dots. So when I'm gonna do something. Right now, everything's in my calendar, on my phone though. But no, doing that is vital. Only because you don't have the excuse of I forgot or I didn't have time. You work around it. If I know, just like if a birthday is coming up or a celebration is coming up and you want to get your hair done, you work around it. You make sure you get your hair done. It's the same way. If I know I have something to do, if I have work or if I have to go somewhere, I have to get something done. If I gotta trim my hair, I gotta trim my hair. There is no excuse because once you keep letting it build up, it gets really bad. You gotta cut it off all the way, and it's just that's what you have to do. But also one thing that will help with split ends is getting an anti-breakage conditioner. I know Tresemme has one. I'm not sure about any other companies, but it helps. It helps with making sure that your hair, your tips aren't weak, because that is your weakest part of your hair. Just because it's not fresh, it's been in the air, if it's colored, it's been colored. So definitely want to make sure that your tips are moisturized and kept trimmed. What else? Let's see. I'm trying to think. Oh, so a big discussion when it comes to like natural hair and stuff is whether or not you can put heat on it. And I don't know why. I really don't know why that's a big thing. You can straighten your hair when it's curly. Not, okay, when it's natural. Like, if I wanted to, I could blow dry my hair right now and straighten it, and nothing will happen. What causes heat, and because people think, oh, but it'll cause heat damage. No. What causes heat damage is A, how you do it, and B, how many times you do it. If I go in there and I blow dry my hair on the highest heat that there is, and I just leave it on there, yeah, sure. If I get a flat iron and I'm like, okay, I'm going to turn it all the way up to 450 degrees, and I'm going to flat iron it, but I'm going to keep going over it, and over it, and over it, yeah. If I decide I'm going to do all that and not use a heat protectant, yeah, you're going to get heat damage. That's just a given. But if I go in there, I use my heat protectant, I blow dry my hair on warm, and sometimes I do go up to, when it comes to the fire, I do go up to 450 degrees. Only because for my, it's so thick, I can't go any lower without having to keep going over it. So I do 450 degrees, or 425, I will do that. But it allows me to go over it one time, and my hair will be fine. People get worried when they want to go natural, and they're like, I can never straighten my hair. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Stop listening to these other people. Yes, you can. You can straighten your hair. It just can't be all the time. If you're doing it every 2 weeks, then yes, because your curls aren't breathing. They're not getting a chance to be curly. So then yes, you will have hair damage. But if you're like me and you're like, I'm gonna flat iron my hair twice a year, like, give yourself a limit. For me, it's twice a year. I haven't even done it yet, actually. I haven't straightened my hair in almost a year. Because I decided I wanted to do that. I wanted to hit that milestone, so I'm gonna do it. And I only have a couple more weeks. I have till June 4th. But even after that, I still don't want to straighten my hair. Just because once you go natural, it's like you see all the things that you can do. Straightening your hair becomes kind of boring, because once you straighten it, you're like, oh, this is great, it's flowy, oh my god. And then like you're like, okay, it's straight. What now? With natural hair, it's like, oh, I'm gonna get braids, I'm gonna get a wig, oh, I'm gonna braid it back and wear it like that, or I'm gonna do a braid out, I'm gonna do a twist out, I'm gonna do bantu knots. You can do all that. Your hair straightens like, oh my god, it's straight, yay. It's not exciting anymore. But yeah, you can straighten your hair. You can definitely straighten your hair, but you need to limit yourself. You need to know, because sometimes straightening hair can be addictive. You need to know when the cutoff point is. So for me, it's 2. For other people, it's 1. For some people, it's 0. For some people, it's 3 times. But they do it like in the beginning of the year, in the middle of the year, and the end of the year. I highly recommend that you don't do it more than 3 times. Not that it will really cause damage, just because the more you do it, the more you'll want to keep doing it and cause damage and have to start over, and nobody wants that. It's a lot of work to be natural, a lot. What's another thing? Okay, so the last thing that I'm going to talk about when it comes to natural is giving a fair warning for the winter. If you live in a really cold city, you're different, because your hair's already used to that. If you live in an area like me where it can be hot, it can be warm, it can be cold, it's a little tough, a little tricky. When it's really cold, natural hair, it can be kind of a challenge, especially if you're like me and you wake up and you take a shower and your hair is wet. There's been times where I've been sick because of my hair, but you have to know when you can, when you can't. When I was in Atlanta, I didn't wear my hair wet like that, because I had to walk to class, and in Atlanta it was really cold. I did that one time, and the very next day I got sick. So don't do that. But here, I wore my hair wet in the morning all the time, because I was gonna get from the house to my car to school. That was it. There was no me walking in the cold. So yeah. And also another thing is, I recommend that you do braid outs during the winter. No, obviously not the whole winter, but and for me, if I was gonna straighten my hair, it would be in the winter, because that's the best time. Because it's cold outside and you're like, I don't want to wear my hair wet, so that's understandable. You want to wear it straight, just don't do it the whole winter. Or do braid outs. I do braid outs. I want to still have my curls because I don't want to keep wearing my hair in a bun. That's another thing. If it's cold, I'll tend to wear my hair in a bun or a slick back all the time. You don't want to do that because it's not great. You want to have your hair breathe and have moisture and product on it. So I recommend doing braid outs because you can do that with braid outs, and still have your curls showing without it being slicked back, you know. So that's that. And also doing hairstyles that involve like a scarf helps a lot because it's just protected, especially if you're going to be outside for, you know, a good amount of time, like walking, or if you have to work outside. I recommend doing that. I'm pretty sure that's, oh, sorry, one more thing. For me personally, doing my hair and using a towel is like a no. Like, no, don't do it. Depending on the kind of towel. I have a fabric towel, so that's different. Microfiber is good. It's soft for your hair. It's really good. Regular towels, no, don't do it. They're too scratchy. They're too rough. Can cause your hair to get caught in there, making a knot, making the knot break off, making split ends. It's a lot. I always do t-shirts, stuff like this. I do t-shirts. I will put my hair in there, you know, have it on, and I twist it, wrap it around, and put it like that if I want to dry my hair. But I do not use towels, just because it also takes the moisture out your hair, and you don't want that either. But that's pretty much it. If I have anything else, then I'll do a part 2. But that's it for starting off. I know that was a lot. Now I was kind of like everywhere. Wasn't really organized with that, but I didn't know how to be organized. I was just going off the top of my head. Yeah, if you have any comments, any questions, any concerns, anything, definitely leave all that in the comment section. Leave a comment down below. Make sure you subscribe because I will be doing more videos on, like I said, the heat and chemical damage. Doing some on doing my hair care routine. Doing some on just a lot of things in general. How I trim my ends, what I do, just everything in general. So definitely subscribe and turn on the bell button to make sure you get the notifications from when I post things. And I will see you guys in my next video.